Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Daily Low with your host, Matt McGregor and the Tone Vase. Good morning, Tone. How are you, mate?
Morning. I am good. Can't say as much for the price of Bitcoin. I think we need to go straight to the charts, brother.
Yep. Let's not muck around here. This is very important stuff. All right, I'm going to start on the 4-hour time frame because I think that's the best illustration of what we're looking at right now, right? So we've been stuck in this channel. I like the channel, but you'll be able to show it really nicely as well on that descending triangle from probably a higher vantage point. But basically, we've broken down from this channel, and unlike the previous time that we broke down, and I called this pretty clearly on the show we did. It was like Monday, 2 weeks ago, maybe, or a week ago. Don't remember. I said, like, if we break down, I think that within the next few hours, if not the next daily candle, we'll be back inside that range, just as though we did when we broke out of it to the upside back on the 14th of July. This time, I didn't want to see it happen again. Like it did happen again. Like I think when we finished the show last night, or that day of the show yesterday, got back inside the range, exactly to the middle point where we did the show last night, and then we broke down with a vengeance. Now, we have gotten back inside the green wave, and there was actually, when the price was a little bit lower at 114, there was a green diamond on that. When we started this show, there was a green diamond on that. Okay, it's not printed, but it has been there. Now, this is what concerns me, that we broke through, put in a lower low, that we came up, the rally that we had up. I don't know if you can see this time, but the rally came to touch on almost perfectly, if not perfectly, the 7 simple moving average, got rejected, and then pushed down lower once again. Textbook stuff for that 7 simple moving average. Now, what's the silver lining? I do see an opportunity to buy the dip here inside this green wave. Is what I've been talking about for a long time. The whole thing of being stuck in this channel is that I was completely undirectionally biased inside this channel. I didn't have it was 50-50. But we said in the show yesterday, I think it was, that if you're in shorts, hold them. If you're in longs, hold them. And if you're in no position, wait. And might not have been yesterday, might have been the day before, but I thought you said that, and I thought that was really clear. You got out of those trades, the longs that you were in, once we had broken beneath that channel, especially when we broke the MRI support and resistance. Now you're looking for a great opportunity to re-up. Okay, so at the moment we're having a bit of a bounce off that green diamond that was in there. If I put the replay function on, you'll see it. There was a green diamond there, but I'm not convinced it's done yet. We've been looking at this like 111 target for quite some time. We're not that far away from it in a monetary or percentage term from that. But as it stands right now, we have off that green diamond inside the green wave had a good kick up. I still think there's probably further downside, and it's not worth taking a punt just yet, I don't think, because even if you didn't get the exact bottom, like I wouldn't worry that you didn't catch 114.055 if that happened to be the bottom and we recovered from here. It's still not a buy for me until we get a confirmed green diamond, especially if we've got some further downside to go. Up the time frames a little bit to the daily time frame. When we came down and closed today's candle, smack on the 30 simple moving average, and then open the day's candle below that 30 simple moving average, I was a bit worried, to be honest. Like the next target for me would be looking at the 50 simple moving average, which lines up absolutely perfect with the previous high that we put in. You know, we said 111 in that range, that 111 range. But I think that if you could pick up a buy at 112, I think it's just as good for a long-term move. On the daily, that's fine. I just need to see, otherwise, I want to see this daily candle close above the 30. If we can close above 116, call it 116, we can recover from here. We got back in on the 4-hour into the green wave, got a green diamond, come back up, close the day above the 30. I think there's still hope. We're fine. We're fine for now, for one more day to review what's coming in the following days. The weekly is where like it has to be mentioned, right? Like we almost came down and touched on the 7 simple, which is at 112, 800. That's what I want to see touched. I want to see that 7 simple moving average touched right there. That 112 mark, the 112, 113, whatever it might be, it matches up across different time frames. I think you get a really good chance of a green wave on the 4 hour, the 50 simple moving average on the daily, and the 7 simple moving average on the weekly. I think that's a really good chance to buy this dip. If it is a dip, there's a case that could be made that it's a top, and that goes back to what I've been talking about for what feels like at least months at this point, that this divergence is still in effect. In fact, it's better than it looks better now than it did when we were right touching on in the live show on the edge of that line, descending line there. You don't want to see it. You don't want to see it. I haven't lost hope. I think there's a fantastic chance that we come down, touch on the 7 simple moving average. If that happens, I would be looking for a buy right there, but I'd have to monitor it. I wouldn't be able to load up in 10, 15, 20x leverage from that point. I'd have to be really careful. I can add to the position later once we start to improve. But alternatively, if we recover from here, I'm very, very happy that we recovered from here, that we didn't even make it to the 7 simple moving average, that this was it. And I want to see it get bought back up really quickly. If that would be very, very bullish if we get back inside that range and start to push up. That's where I'm sitting right now on the price of Bitcoin. Hey, over on Blowfin, we have an incredible new deal here. You can see it right here down the bottom. It's to simply deposit your money onto Blowfin and then reach the trade volumes that you need to reach to get these instant cash back rewards. That is an incredible deal to get back just for simply using an exchange. If you want to use an exchange anyway, you might as well use Blowfin. There's no KYC. I think it's a fantastic exchange. We've also, of course, got BitGet, which we love as well. I'm coming off screen share now. I think everything I said right there has merit. I think that there's a chance that getting inside that wave was enough, and I'd love to see it get bought back up, but it's not enough for me to go in just yet. I need to see further downside because there's some great targets lower from the 112, 113, 111 perhaps. So, Tone, please like and subscribe, share with your friends, join the Discord group and all the rest. Tone, you look like Socrates there, or the Darth Maul or something.
Yeah,
What's
it's a little chilly.
I'm not a.
I'm wearing
by the dip?
I'm wearing my buy. What? Hold on, we're getting cross feed. I'm wearing my buy the dip shirt underneath, but where is the dip is the question. Now, I've been watching the live chat while people were messaging. So we have the monthly numbers for the ETFs. I mean, the only one that really matters is BlackRock. So I'm just going to update that one real quick, and the rest I'll update later. So for the month, the Bitcoin ETFs have purchased approximately, I've purchased over 50,000 Bitcoin, which is great. The other comment that came up was about Max Payne. Surprisingly, Max Payne is actually super high. Right now, we're trading at about 65, and Max Payne is all the way at 67 because today is option expiration. And looking at next week at 66, and then it drops down to 60. So that's the big one, though. The August 15th is big, and it's lower than current price, while today and tomorrow and next week, way higher. Not way higher, but higher than current price. So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. So let me comment real quick. First off, we're going to go from the lowest time frame to the highest. We're going to go backwards today. In yesterday's video, I talked about how I was expecting a rally yesterday to go back above 118, and we did that twice actually. We started rallying before the 10 a.m. reversal, and the last thing I said in yesterday's video was, hey, we're starting to rally a little too early. It makes me concerned that the 10 a.m. reversal will be to the downside, and that's actually what happened. So so it wasn't a 10 a.m. reversal. It was like the 10 a.m. reversal was good to the upside, but then at 11 a.m. we went down. But going into the end of day, sorry, I'm looking at 1 day, or I'm not even looking at the right days. Hold on. Let me do this properly. So it's the 1 hour chart. Yep, yesterday, right here. Oh yeah, I was looking at the right place. Sorry. And we did go down, but we then rallied again. And right here at 3 p.m., I was very, very happy with where Bitcoin was. We hit an hourly MRI top. We could not break the MRI resistance line. We created a reversal candle, and then we consolidated for a bit. So here I'm not that concerned. The drop at 9 p.m. yesterday, I was going to bed. I was tired. Had a long week. Right here, I was already going to bed. We were sitting at 18,000. And we rallied into midnight. And then it all fell apart. Now, at which point would I have thrown in the towel? Okay. Well, there's two places, right? Like as I stated yesterday, the moment we broke the MRI support line, Bitcoin was in serious, serious trouble. We had a nice rally, and then we broke the support line again. And like I've been saying, Bitcoin was running on its 9th life like a cat, 9.5. And it all fell apart late last night. Sorry, it all fell apart. What am I? Where am I off here? What is happening here? Hold on. I'm confusing my hourly charts and my
You're
daily
on the
charts.
hourly chart, dude.
Sorry. This was yesterday. This was the move yesterday. And everything fell apart at 3 p.m. yesterday. Right here. Yeah, I knew this was, never mind. I'm all over the place. Everything fell apart like I said in yesterday's video. I expected a rally. I was happy when we were back above 18, and everything turned to shit around 3 p.m. Like I said in yesterday's video, we had the moment the MRI support line gets lost, it's bad. And at this moment in time, I am bearish on the short term and potentially intermediate term. Okay. Now, where is the support? The support is down at 111. I know we're rallying right now, but this current 10 a.m. reversal, which is happening literally at 10 a.m., it doesn't get any better than this for a 10 a.m. reversal. Here is a drop right into 10 a.m. I have a reversal candle at 10 a.m. on a 5-minute MRI buy. It's not a 10-minute MRI buy, but a 5-minute MRI buy. It doesn't get any more perfect than this for a 10 a.m. reversal. But all it is a short-term 10 a.m. reversal. I'm not reading anything more into it. And the reason I'm not reading anything extra into it is because on a daily scale, we broke down. We established a new closing low, and early this morning we established a new low close, and early this morning we established a new closing low. This to me, and a red star candle, and the break of what I was optimistically looking at as an ascending triangle. I am now very confident that we are going to hit the 111 buy zone. Okay, this is the buy the dip. This is not a buy the dip to me. Maybe on a 10 a.m. reversal scale, it's a short-term buy, but I am expecting the price of Bitcoin to continue go down this weekend and continue going down early next week. Now, what does that mean for the weekly candle? the weekly candle will remain a bullish candle. Now, next week, however, we need to break to almost new weekly closing high above 119. We need to close next week above 119. Can we do that? At the moment, I think that's actually unlikely. I'm not betting on it. I would love to see a big rally into a weekly MRI top, but it looks like the count's going to break and extension C will hold. Okay. And extension C is going to end this rally. Now, is this the end of the bull market? No, absolutely not, in my opinion. I think that the monthly chart is still very, very bullish. And I do think we're going to rally for the rest of the year. And I still think we're going to break 140 this year. Hopefully this month or next month. This month is unlikely, but next month more possible. Maybe the month after that is very possible. But as of right now, this daily chart, and even though this is a reversal candle, I'm expecting this reversal to go back down. Like, I'm not expecting this rally to continue. The rally can prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Where would I admit that I am wrong and the low is in? Unfortunately, we would need to get back to almost 119. We got to get back above, at the very least, we need to get back above this trend line. Now, this trend line is very slow sloping.
Can I
Very
jump
slow.
in? Can I debate
Wouldn't
you
be
for a
effective.
second? Mate? Can I debate you for a second? You got to
Yeah.
look at this. When I come back on, I want to chat, right? Look, the fact is, today is the first of the month. We've just had the highest monthly close of all time, and it makes sense to me that there's a rejection during Asian hours before America's even opened on the first of the new month. That's the time to dump. And if this was the 17th of the middle of the month, I would be way, way, way more concerned. I've got this note here. I forgot to mention it. The fact that it's the first of the month, the fact that it's the first of the month makes me way, way, way less concerned. It, for me, is like a 10 a.m. reversal on a monthly scale. The first 12 hours of a new month. That's the way I see it, Tony.
All right, so let me counter that by showing you the chart of the daily S&P 500. And the daily S&P 500 hit its MRI top. It started to go down. It had a gap up yesterday for whatever reason. And today, I don't know what happened in traditional markets. Like I said, I had a busy week. I don't know what caused this gap, but whatever caused this gap is bad. And the reason I know it's bad is because how the S&P has behaved since this gap. Again, this is a dead cat bounce to me. And this gap looks, I mean, like the stock market just erased like 2 weeks of gains, right? And right now, the stock market is looking like it's going to go here. It's going to go down to 6,100 on the S&P. And it's irrelevant what the Bitcoin ecosystem does. If the stock market is going down because Trump did something dumb again, Bitcoin is going to go down with it.
No, look, I agree, but I think the caveat for me is that it's the first of the month. You know, I don't know why that has significance for me. I've seen it so often. So I'm not discounting the fact that there's lower downside on the cards, but it would not surprise me at all if we recovered from here either. You know, because of that, and like looking at the S&P actually emboldens my thought that I think that gap could get closed today.
Right. Well, the only way Bitcoin recovers is if the S&P recovers, right? So again, whatever stupidity Trump has recently did in the last 2 days that caused this, because I know it had to be Trump. because one day he's uh, putting in an 800% tariff on China, and the next day he's agreeing that he's going to have a zero tariff, right? It's like literally we have a. I didn't expect him to, become schizophrenic Joe Biden in office, but he is. And whatever he said that caused this, if he walks it back and the stock, like he always did so far this year, every time he said something stupid, or tried to do something stupid, and the market started crashing, he ended up walking it back. So if whatever he did walks it back, and the stock market goes back to new all-time high, so will Bitcoin. So it's
Right.
it sucks that Bitcoin is this dependent on the stock market, but it is. It is
It
what
is.
it is.
Jay Duggar here has I just posted it on the show. People have seen it. I view Jay. I view the markets like the 24-hour period as two sessions. There's the Asian session, and then there's the US session. And I know European session kind of like marries in the middle of those two, but I never really care about Europe because I live here in Asia. So so often you'll see like when you guys are asleep, and you wake up in the morning, and you're like, oh my God, Bitcoin just did this or did this. That was what I was experiencing out here. And then I often see the opposite when I wake up in the morning. But I think, to be honest, that time when you're asleep is when a lot of the action happens. There really is that two chunks of the day. A lot of the time, it's like a coin flip. Like Asia will have a bumper day, right? We just rally like $4,000 in the price of Bitcoin. And then the US market crushes it back down, or vice versa. So Jay, I don't know if that answers your question, but that's the way I see it. And I kind of live sort of half and half both lives as well, because I'm fucking awake when you guys are as well. So I see both sides.
Well, I did take a look at this morning, the CME of the Fed rate cuts. And look, if the stock market starts crashing, then Powell has to lower the rate. Trump is going to find a way to get the rate lowered. We talked about this on prior shows. Either he has to crash the stock market to force Powell to lower the rate. He has to somehow convince Powell to lower the rate, or he's going to fire Jerome Powell, or, men in dark suits will come and encourage Jerome Powell to retire or quit, and Trump will put in his yes man in there to lower the rate. And you can see that at the next call in September, 80% chance that the rate's going to get lowered. And I do think we get lowered sooner than later. And let's see if Powell is still the Fed chair going into the September rate call. I don't think he's going to be chair by January, but he may have the rest of the year. Other than that, we are at the mercy of the stock market. People are saying that he announced massive tariffs again, and it's I got to do my video on Trump on my personal channel because it's a problem. Tariffs are not supposed to be used like sanctions, and Trump is using tariffs like sanctions, and sanctioning countries has failed time and time again. And I don't understand why replacing the word tariffs with the word sanction changes things, and I think it only makes it worse. Now, if it was a tariff to actually preserve some American industry and make America more competitive, that could make sense. But that's not how he's using the tariffs. He's using the tariffs as a sanction play based on which countries he likes and which countries he doesn't like. Right? He's about to put a tariff on Brazil because he doesn't like their politics. Literally, now, look, I personally agree with Trump that Bolsonaro is better than Lula, the current president. I would have voted for Bolsonaro, but you can't sanction Brazil because they want to, because there's a court case against Bolsonaro. Oh, Trump's friend isn't going to be allowed to run for president, therefore I'm going to sanction your country. Or tariff your country. That's not how tariffs are supposed to work. So it's just craziness, and it's completely fucking with the market. So, and Bitcoin is at the mercy of what the stock market does. And if anything proves it, it's these last 2 days. Look at the stock market and look at the daily chart of Bitcoin. Like it completely proves it. Look, I'm happy with the fact that Bitcoin is going up,
Yeah.
but there's no way Bitcoin is going to go to all-time highs if the stock market doesn't. I
Can
mean,
you
it's that
go?
simple.
Sorry, time, mate. Can you go to the 4 hour time frame on Bitcoin for a
Yeah.
second? I just want to review. Yeah, that's. Let's go. Let's go. That's the 4 hour there. Yeah. Look at that. The candle that we're currently on got so deep inside that wave and had a green diamond for a second. I wish I screenshotted it. Would have been a good buy. I wouldn't have taken it, but for me, we got to get above that 7 simple moving average as minimum, and then I agree with Tone. Getting back inside that mid range of that, what I had as a range there. It's this is a bit of a way to go there, but
I
I
mean, look,
really I like the response.
we also broke this 4-hour MRI support line. I know we broke it back here as well, back on July 25th, and we never really recovered to new highs or to the prior swing high. And I, I mean, I would be, let's just say, I'm going to be surprised if we go above 120 before going to 111 or below 112. Like I am now eyeing this green zone.
I,
I,
I'm not. I'm
I
not.
mean,
I'm not.
I
I'm,
am. Uh, Look, everything I said back. When did I draw this thing? I must have drawn this thing.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
Not July 20, July back in July 16th or whatever, right?
yeah.
Like 2 weeks ago. I'm gonna just extend this. I think I have to hold the shift button. Nope, that did not work at all. Look, we're now below my danger zone, and now we're going into my support zone.
Mm.
So my support zone is from 110 to 112, and I think you'll get a chance to buy it in that zone. That's my buy the dip. That's what I'm looking at.
What
Uh,
percentage? What percentage do you think that we'll get below 112?
um,
Just for fun. I'm not going to hold you to it. It's not a. Not that serious.
I almost want to say 60%.
All right. I thought you were going to say 51.3%.
I didn't want to do that. Um,
You wanted to do
I'm I'm
that.
leaning that I'm leaning that way, right? Because that's literally what I said 2 weeks ago. Like once we go below that
Yeah.
red area,
Yeah, that's right.
once we go below 117, and like we dipped below it and we recovered real quick and we recovered nicely, and I'm like, all right, maybe it has a chance. But now going back there, like look at these double bottoms. Like I am not very optimistic here. I think the weekly MRI count's gonna break. I
Mm.
don't think we'll make it to a second consecutive weekly MRI top. I think the daily is now set to make it to a daily MRI buy, and it would be nice. I mean, don't hold me to like below 112 if we
No.
bounce off the
It's
50 period. If we
just an area.
bounce
It's an
Right,
area.
if we bounce off the 50 period moving average at 12 and a half, I'm going to consider that, a good, decent buying opportunity.
I'm gonna stand by my thesis that today's the first of the month, and that has relevance for a potential bounce, at least back up to touch on that one of those moving averages, the breakdown point of that descending triangle, or for me, like the
I mean,
mid.
I'm deleting the triangle. It's now completely done.
Yeah.
And even if we rally here, it's a beautiful reversal candle, but the red star is in.
Mhm.
And even if we rally, I think we're going to struggle breaking the 20 period average.
Well, I mean, there's a comment here from Kevin Tillman, right? So that's the cleanest reversal candle I've seen in a while, but Tone could be right. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, mate. That's exactly right.
Whoa,
No
wait,
shit.
wait. It's the cleanest reversal candle. That's all. That still has half a candle to go,
That
right? Like,
that's my point. That's my point. This thing hasn't printed. For now, we look all right,
right.
but
There's also a cleaner reversal candle like 8 days ago, right
it
here
doesn't
on the
matter.
tail.
we need more information. If this thing recovers back above, we're looking great. And the smartest people in the world bought the green diamond inside the green wave. I wasn't one of them. But this could get rejected. Like, it's just a throwback to the breakdown point. You've got to get through that period first before it's confirmed.
Right.
All right, Tone, it's Friday.
According to the people in our chat, like, Trump now wants to tariff Canada because Canada announced that they're pro-Palestine. I mean, this is ridiculous, right? If America wasn't a clown show under Biden, it sure is now. Like,
it's not.
And I'm like the biggest Trump fan. I was like the biggest Trump cheerleader there was.
Tone, you've got 500,000 followers and we get 2,000 views because you got rid of all the lefties. Don't get rid of our MAGA brothers.
Yeah.
We're doing fine. Come on. It's nearly midnight on a Friday. What am I doing here? I want to go. Let's go.
So Crypto Oki is saying the stock market is flying on Trump's tariffs. The stock market is flying every time Trump, walks back the tariffs he wants to do. That's when the stock market is flying. It's not flying on his tariffs. It's flying on the fact that he puts in exceptions to the tariffs that he puts on. Or he says, oh, I'm sorry, China, I was just joking. We're not going to tariff you 500%. It's only going to be 15%, right? That's when the stock market is flying. It crashes every time Trump actually wants to put tariffs on.
I agree. We're getting some great comments in here. This has been a really fun section in here. All right.
Right. Let's get moving. The silver trade is done. I would, pretty much done. I mean, it depends where you set your stop loss. I probably would have exited my silver trade by now, but if you're still short silver, I think it's still going to go lower, but I'm going to remove this. That was a great trade. That was a great call. And that was based on the weekly MRI top. We're still in a 1 to 4 candle correction. So let's see where that goes. All right, Matt, close us out. I'm sorry. One more chart.
Go for it.
Let's look at DXY because I'm just curious what the dollar is doing. DXY is coming off a weekly MRI buy opportunity. We just had a swing high. We're working on a closing high. The dollar might be rallying. I don't know if Trump is happy that the dollar is rallying. And remember, a weak dollar makes American goods more competitive. Not much to say on the dollar right now. It crashed today, but it's rallying overall. It broke the MRI resistance line. I am going to lean bullish the dollar here, even though today is an off day. All right. That's it. I'm going to come off screen share.
Yeah. Just give me 1 second. Just tread water for 1 second. I've got something cooking here. Just talk about your weekend for a second.
Oh,
you're not filibustering enough. Come on, I'm bringing something up.
All right.
I'm bringing something up.
All right. So while Matt's looking for something, I do need to do a political stream on my channel. I'll probably do that in the near future. There's going to be a lot more health and wellness content coming up on my personal channel. This is my current focus, and on the next video, I'm going to talk about my very exciting purchase this week that kept me super busy.
I can't wait for you to tell the folks at home about that. Look, this is annoying. All right, look, I'm going to go to here a second.
Well, we talked about Max Payne earlier.
I'm going to screen share something. Yeah, one second. Oh, I can't replace.
Oh, Jimmy G's in the audience. Hey, Jimmy. Welcome. Shout out.
Okay. Am I screen sharing now? What am I screen sharing?
No, you're not.
Am I screen sharing? You can't screen share from here, can you? No. All right.
You want me to turn on your screen share? I can turn it on.
Oh yeah, try Try that. Try that.
Right, but you're
That's
screen
it.
sharing our thing here.
Yeah.
There you go.
Look at this. Look at this. You see my Twitter? You see my Twitter?
Yep. Yep.
I
Yep.
can
That's the guy you're fighting.
I can officially announce that I'll be fighting at the next crypto fight night in Singapore against this beefcake. He's 6'1", 90 kilos of pure gay muscle, and I'm going to take him down. So go over to Instagram and give this a retweet or a like. And I've just called him out on here. He reckons he's tough, and I don't see nothing that
Yeah, he also looks like he's about at
impresses
least.
me about.
He's also at least 10 years younger than you.
Yeah, but they say that about me these days. Good night, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Please like and subscribe. Share it with your friends. Sorry for a bit of a funny stuff. Have a good night.